The last few years have been difficult for both European citizens and the European Union. As citizens have been struggling with the hardships of the economic crisis, their confidence in European Union institutions has been declining. The upcoming elections to the European Parliament and the appointment of a new European Commission this year are a good occasion to reflect on the democratic legitimacy of the European Union. And while the brunt of this task will be borne by European Union institutions and leaders themselves, we, the young people of Europe, should make a contribution to the important project of making Europe both more transparent and more democratic. In the long run, we can do this by becoming more actively involved in democratic life in our own countries and the European level. But right now, we can start by voting in the European Parliament elections 2014.
I'm Alexander. I'm from Romania. I'm a student and I will be voting in the European Parliament elections. That because I believe that Europe of today needs a change, and that change can only be done by political means.
My name is Tena. I'm from Croatia and I will vote because it's responsible for me to choose my future.
I'm Domenico, I'm from Italy and I'm going to vote European Parliament because I am a European citizen.
You're gonna vote to the European Parliament? Yes, you're going to. Are you going to vote for the European election?
Ще гласувате ли на тази годишните избори за Европейски парламент?
Предполагам, че да.
I think I'll do.
Okay, and you have a reason for that?
И
Why you are going to vote?
Имате ли някаква причина да го направите? Защо бихте гласувала?
Може би за да се надяваме, че ще се оправи нашата държава, което силно ме съмнява, но преки всичко трябва да имаме някаква надежда.
Maybe because I think there would be a chance for our country to get better, to improve. Although it's a bit hard to believe, but there is always hope.
Are you going to vote?
Вярно е. Ще гласувате ли? No.
Do you have a reason for that?
Имате ли причина да не отидете да гласувате?
Няма никакво.
There is no one to vote for.
Okay.
Нямам вяра в политиците, както и проблеми.
He doesn't trust in the politicians really.
I just want to say that I have a really great support for the young people to go to European elections. Please inform about every party, every members, candidates, and see what agenda they are offering. So vote for the people and idea, not for the party.
Planning to vote this year? Yeah,
She will.
and so why do you think is this important for you? Why is it important for you to go and vote?
Защо мислиш, че е важно да се гласува?
Според мен имам граждански права, които трябва да се упражнят по някакъв начин.
She's having citizenship rights, and she thinks she wants to use them not only in Bulgaria but also in Europe because it's important that each person gets involved somehow in elections, so that his or her life improves not only in their family or country, but also like at an international level.
We want a change. A very big change. No situation is not good.
In Europe, we need to invest in democracy and we need to engage the citizen into the democratic process.
Participating in the projects and participating in the elections is one of the most important responsibility of every European. It's important to be part of the election, to be part of the civic society, to be responsible, to know and develop its future, and voting is the first and most important task, duty to do in order to build real civil society within European Union.
Important for young people in Bosnia as well, because it's decisions on European Parliament are also influencing life in Bosnia and Herzegovina.
Are you going to vote? Yes, I will vote.
Okay, what's your motivation for voting?
Това е дълг на всеки българин да гласува, да даде своя глас и да направи своя избор за своето бъдеще.
This is a duty for each Bulgarian to make the choice for his future. Hello, my name is Emi. I am from Bulgaria. After I graduated at university, I started an internship in a program funded by the European Union, and that was a very good start for my career. And I think that if the European Union is active for its citizens, we have to be active too.
In the project Vote EU, we involved more than 200 youth leaders from Bulgaria, Italy, Croatia, Poland, Romania, Macedonia and Bosnia and Herzegovina in several interactive youth events in which we learned that European citizenship entails not just rights, but also moral responsibilities. We reminded ourselves that one of the key civic duties of young people is to partake in the process of taking decisions that influence the life and future of our society and community. Together we reached the conclusion that voting in European elections in 2014 and after that is our civic responsibility, not just one of our rights. During all that, we realized that learning about the European Union and raising awareness about it can be fun.
We are here today to remind all citizens that in the period of 22nd to 25th of May, United Europe elects its parliament, and this way it actually charts its political course for the next 5 years. These elections are different. The European Parliament that will elect at the end of May will receive important new powers, and our collective choices will even determine who the President of the European Commission will be. Be active and cast your vote. This event will remind you of your moral responsibilities and duties as European citizens.
Why should we vote in the real European parliamentary elections? First of all, Europe has made important steps to empower us to have a say in the future economic and political integration of our continent. The Lisbon Treaty, which was ratified in 2009, vows to uphold the principles of democratic equality, representative democracy, and participatory democracy at the European level. The European Parliament is the key to representative democracy because its members are elected by direct universal suffrage to represent the citizens of the member countries. Every new treaty of the European Union has gradually extended Parliament's powers. The Treaty of Lisbon, however, finally made Parliament equal to national governments on nearly all European Union laws. The European Parliament now has vast powers in relation to lawmaking, the European Union budget, and international agreements. From now on, every time we elect European Parliament members, you will be taking part in the election of the political majority that over the next 5 years will shape European legislation in areas directly related to our life, from the single market to civil liberties. The results of the European Parliament elections will be taken into account also when the Member States nominate the next President of the European Commission, and the European Parliament will have to approve this nomination. This means that now in 2014 and in the future, we will have a say in deciding who will lead and govern the process of European integration. The 2014 European Parliament elections will allow us to pass our judgment on European leaders' efforts to tackle the Eurozone crisis and to achieve closer economic and political integration in Europe. Ultimately, these efforts aim at guaranteeing prosperity in all member states, and this is why we should all vote. When you vote in May 2014, you'll be choosing your country's representatives among the 751 members of the European Parliament. These will be the only persons in European Union institutions that you can elect, because only Parliament is directly elected. And these are the people that are tasked with representing the interests of European citizens. Although members of the European Parliament have sometimes voted for laws and measures that contradict the positions of individual governments, it is wrong to consider them as rivals of your national government or your national parliament. They're there to uphold the common interests of all Europeans. Instead, as a voter at national level, you should demand that national political parties make European decision-making an explicit and important element of the domestic political agenda. In this way, you can contribute to improving the link between national and European policy making. Around 350 million other people across the European Union's 28 member countries are eligible to vote. In Italy, Romania, Poland, Croatia, and Bulgaria, European Parliament elections will be held on the 25th of May. The members of the European Parliament are elected according to the national electoral systems. To learn more about voting in your country, visit the website focused on the 2014 European elections, www.elections2014.eu.